Welcome to Wild World News.
Yo, did y'all see what Zac Stacy did? Yo, y'all always want me to give y'all lessons on being man. Y'all like the videos when I talk about being a man and how to be a man. Well, this is one of those videos. This is a Wild World News video, but this is one of those videos. For those of you that have not seen the footage, I mean, this dude viciously beat the hell out of his baby mom, his ex-girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, in front of his baby. This dude gave her a standing rock bottom through, like, what was that, the stroller or the walker? What I was like, it was hard to watch. I'm sitting there like, I can't believe this. Let me tell y'all something. As a man, this is not something that you do. Okay? Look at that as something you do not do. And I know that ex-girlfriends, ex-wives, baby mamas, I know the viciousness that they can have with stuff that they do. I don't know the full backstory, but whether it was money, or she cheated, or she did something, or she didn't do nothing, for whatever one of those reasons, okay? You don't go and do that in front of your child. You don't. And the fact of the matter is, would you think she could beat him? You know, like there's a lot of dudes that's woman beaters out there. And some of them just do it just because they can. They know that most women can't defend themselves against them. Most women, they do not have the reflexes that men have, the power, the speed, the coordination. We're just built better as hunters, okay? And that all applies in fighting and war and all that stuff. You know, and that's one thing with me. Like, I've never thought to myself, like, never thought to want to hurt a woman like that, because it's like, as a man, I personally would feel like I'm not a man at all. It's like, what's she gonna do to me? What can she do to me? You know what I mean? Unless she's wielding a knife or a weapon or something, I might have to get her off me, defend myself, something like that. But something like that, go watch the video. Go watch the video. There's no way I would have it in me to beat up the woman that birthed my child in front of the child like that. And I know a lot of people grow up with that stuff, man. I think it's real sick, man. It's real sick. It says here, former NFL player Zac Stacy is in police custody after disturbing video surfaced appearing to show Stacy assaulting his ex-girlfriend. Appearing. I guess it might not be him. I don't know. Orlando police took Stacy into custody after an arrest warrant was issued out of Oakland, Florida on Wednesday. Stacy was arrested Thursday night at Orlando International Airport as he exited an inbound flight from Nashville. Orlando police spokeswoman Heidi Rodriguez said in a statement, according to the arrest warrant, police responded to a home in Oakland, Florida on November 13th in response to a domestic disturbance. When officers arrived, they found the victim, who appeared to be emotionally distraught, wearing a torn shirt with food in her hair. The warrant stated, police also stated in the warrant that they observed a television that had been knocked over after perpetrator threw the victim into it. Yeah, threw her into the television too. Graphic video from the incident shows a man who police have identified as Stacy striking the woman multiple times, then picking her up and tossing her into the television, causing it to fall on top of her. The woman heard on the video pleading with Stacy to stop. Stacy is also seen violently throwing the victim into a baby walker on the ground before he walks out of the home. Kristen Evans, who identifies herself as the victim in the video and Stacy's ex-girlfriend, posted the video to her Instagram account. In a statement to CNN, Evans says, "Thank you for supporting my child and me during this difficult time. Our safety is the number one concern right now. After a terrifying experience, I am great." But by the way, I wanted to say, when she was getting beat, she seemed like she was used to it. She seemed like this has been done before. She had a certain type of calmness about her, as if this has been done before. I mean, she took the beating like a champ. I was surprised she was still getting up. I was like, looking at her like, yo, she's been through this before. Like, I feel like this has happened before. I'm grateful that Zac Stacy is currently in police custody. At present, I filed a restraining order and plan on filing a civil complaint. I'm sincerely asking the NFL and football commissioner, Roger Goodell, to confront the reality that players are experiencing PTSD from their time. But wow, so she thinks that what it could be. In particular, as linked to repeated concussions, brain injury, and bodily trauma, as it causes symptomatic changes to the player's character, including increased irritability, angry outbursts, and aggressive behavior. Okay, so now it takes a kind of a different turn here. I mean, I saw that movie with Will Smith, and I've seen the stories, in the news about this, and I got an NFL buddy. I'm gonna contact him on this and see what he's got to say. According to the warrant, 2 children, including a child that Stacy shares with the victim, were both inside the home at the time of the incident. Stacy is currently being held in the Orange County Jail on aggravated battery and criminal mischief charges. During her first appearance on Friday, a judge set a bond at $10,150 and ordered Stacy to have no contact with the victim and to surrender his passport and firearms. Well, I'll tell you this, if it ain't the PTSD, if it is the PTSD, that definitely needs to be evaluated, and he needs to get the help that he needs. I have, heard of that totally changing a person's personality, basically turning them into somebody else. And one of those things is like, I don't know what to say. It's like, it's like he's a victim of his career, Like, how do you talk about that one? How do you, do you say, well, he knew he was getting in the NFL and that could happen, and people have been knowing about that for years, and so he got the mental damage that changed him to be like that, so it's all his fault. I can see some people saying that. Or is it like, yeah, we know the risks, just like a police officer knows the risks of possibly getting injured or killed. Does that mean it's right that it happened, or you know what I mean? So I don't know. This is a little deeper than I thought it was, but put it this way: I hope everybody gets the help that they need, and I'm really glad she wasn't hurt, and that the child wasn't hurt, and I hope the child doesn't remember that. I hope the child doesn't remember that. I remember when I was younger, seeing one fight between my mom and my dad. I remember like what that did to me. One fight. And it wasn't physical. But they were hollering and stuff. My mom was crying. I mean, that does something to a kid. You know what I mean? Post comments down below. Let me know what y'all think about this.